Hey everyone, and welcome back to Roadside Coder, and welcome to the 5th video of our MERN Stack Tutorial Series. In this video, we will finally start with our front end. Yes, you heard it right, we are going to start with React.js. We are going to initialize our first React.js app and understand how to set up a basic React app and how to push it to the GitHub. So without any further ado, let's get started. So we are going to create our React app by using a package called create react app. So let's see what create react app is. I'm gonna go and Google it. And here's the official website. So here's create react app. So what create react apps helps us to do? So when we install create react app, it sets up a basic boilerplate code for our React application so that we can get started with it as soon as possible. Let's see how we can achieve that. So as you can see over here, here's the instruction. We have to type npx create react app and then the name of our app. So let's go and try this out. I'm gonna open the VS Code and go to the terminal. And as you can see over here, I've opened our project folder that we created in the previous video, in which we created our basic web server and our basic APIs. And I'm going to type npx create react app and then the name of our app. So I'm gonna give the name of our app just front end so that it can be easier to differentiate with back end and front end. So now you see over here, it's going to npm's repository where create react app is hosted, and it's bringing all the boilerplate code to this folder, to the front end folder. So it's installing all the necessary packages like React, React DOM, React Script, and the template that is needed to build a basic React.js application. So it might take some time depending on your internet connection or your PC's performance. So let's wait for it. Here we go. Our React app has initialized successfully. So we can see a few instructions over here that we can cd into our front end and switch to our front end folder by typing cd front end. And as you can see, we are in our front end now. And we can type yarn start to start our application, or we can type npm start. So let's go on and type npm start. So here we go, our React app has started successfully. Congratulations, you have successfully created your first React app. So if you see something like this in your browser, that means everything went right and your first React app has been created. Now let's go back to VS Code and try to understand this folder structure that it has created over here. So first of all, we can see a familiar file package.json, which was for our backend as well. As we can see in our root directory, we had a package.json with few information like version, description, and some scripts and the dependencies that we have installed and the author and license. So similarly, this package.json file is structured in the same way. We can see the name of our app is front end, the version, and few dependencies. For example, we have some testing libraries over here. We have React, React DOM, React scripts, etc. We have some scripts over here. As you can see, we ran the start script a moment ago. So we typed npm start, so it ran this script. So great, we have package.json. And we can see we have few folders over here. Node modules, as I already mentioned, contains all of the dependencies that we have installed in our app. Second folder is the public folder. So let's go inside of the public folder and see what we got. So we have got an index.html file, which looks like a normal HTML file. Let me remove this. And we have some comments. Let me remove these comments so you can see it easily. So now you can see we have a basic HTML file over here with a link tag, some meta tags for our title and our description. So let me just change the title real quick. I'm gonna name it Node Zipper. So after changing the title, let's save it and see if the title has been updated. Yes, you can see Node Zipper, the title has been updated for our app. Great. And inside of our body, now you can see there's a div of ID root. When you go to your app and right click and click on view page source, you're gonna see this is the exact file that we have over here. So where's all the code at? Where's the logo and the learned React text and the other text that was written in the screen? Where did that go? Where did this text go? So all of this text is inside of this div. Now how, you may ask? Let me explain. So this div has an ID of root. So let me go inside of our src folder. We have a file called index.js. So what index.js is doing is that it is rendering this app component to our root component. You might be familiar with this syntax, document.getElementById. This is a basic JavaScript syntax. So what it's doing is it's rendering this app component onto our div with the ID of root. So that is what is going on over here. So what is this app component? You can see this app.js component. It has been imported like this. Import app.js from current directory from app file. So this is the app file. So this is the code which is being rendered over here. You can see edit src/app.js. So this is the code that is being rendered over there. So this is how our React.js app works. Our React.js app is a single page application, but we manipulate the HTML by using this index.js file by rendering everything inside of that div. So to not make things messy, we put everything inside of this app.js file and render this app.js file with the help of our index.js. Let me close this public folder, and now I'm going to get rid of few files that we don't need. This test file, this logo file, setup test.js. So let me delete all of these files. And now when we switch back to our application, you're gonna see that it's going to complain. Let me dock it to the site first. Here you can see that our app is complaining that few files are missing. First of all, our logo.svg file. So we can go over here and remove this logo, and basically we can remove everything inside of this header with this header. And let's just write hello world and save it. Let's see what happens. Here we go. We have this hello world over here. Now one thing I forgot to tell you. Now you might be seeing this similar syntax that looks like HTML, but this is not HTML. This is JSX. Now what is JSX? JSX is an HTML-like syntax used by React that extends ECMAScript so that HTML-like text can coexist with React code. So in the past we used to put JS inside of the HTML file, but now with the help of React, we are putting HTML inside of the JS file. So this is the power of React. Also one more thing you can notice over here, we use class in HTML, but in React we use class name. So we define class name equals app. And you can also notice over here we have this CSS file imported by using import./app.css. Let's go inside of this app.css file. So here we have some generic styles. Let me remove this. And then you're going to notice that our hello world is going to be aligned to the very corner. Also in React, if we have to write JavaScript somewhere, we use curly braces inside of it. For example, let's say if I define a variable over here, so const hello equals 1. So let's say if we want to render this hello inside of this HTML tag, how are we going to do this? We just need to type these curly braces, and inside of it we can add that variable, and let's save it. And you're gonna see hello world 1. So this is the power of JSX. It helps us a lot in these tiny things. You're gonna understand React a lot clear when we move further with this app. So let's go on, and I'll try to create another div over here. Hello world, let's say hello world 2. And now let's try to save it. But you can see we have got this error over here which says fail to compile, and when we hover on this error you can see JSX expressions must have a parent element. So when we are returning, you can see we have these two divs over here. So we can't do this. We cannot return two elements at once. It has to have a parent element. So let's say if I put a div over here and push this code inside of this div, you can see the error is gone and we can save it. Yes, it works perfectly now. If you don't want to add a div, you can add something called React fragments, which are these open braces, and save it. You can see it works absolutely fine. Let me just get rid of this hello world and let me save this. Now I'm going to show you something very cool. What if we want to get rid of this return statement? We can use something called arrow function. So just go on over here, remove this function, write const app, and just add an equal sign and an arrow over here, and we have successfully converted this into an arrow function. But you can see it has gone. Hello world is gone. Why? Because we are using curly braces, and when we are using curly braces we need to add the return statement. But as I mentioned, how do we get rid of this return statement? So just remove this return, remove these curly braces, and save your app. There you go. It works absolutely fine with the help of arrow function. So this was a very basic of how you can create a React application. In the upcoming video, I'm gonna go over hooks and the more detailed features of React. But for now, I think this much information is ample for our React application. So now I'm just gonna go on and push our code to GitHub. So let's open our GitHub repository. I'm gonna open my GitHub and let's go on and create a new repository. We're gonna name this as MERN Tutorial Series. And you can click on create repository. So we have created this repository successfully. Now it's showing us how we can push our code inside of it. So first of all, we have to type git init. And you know what? Since we are pushing our code, so we're gonna switch back to our root directory. And you might have noticed inside of our React application, we have this git ignore file, which doesn't let a few files to get pushed inside of our GitHub. So you can see we have this node modules over here, and obviously we don't want the node modules to be pushed to our GitHub. So let me just take it and drag it to our root directory. And over here, I'm gonna add a few more lines such as node modules slash and front end slash node modules. All right. And also we don't want our .env file to be pushed. So I'm gonna go and add .env as well. Great. So we have done the git ignore part. Now let's, we were following the instructions to push it. So first of all is git init. Go on and type git init. Make sure you are in the root of your directory. I'm in the root of my directory, not in the front end, or else your front end will only get pushed. So git init. So it has initialized a new repository in there. Then we can go on and add our stuff by typing git add dot. So it will add everything to our local. Then I'm going to commit it -m, and I'm going to type initialized our backend and front end. And then we're gonna go on and add our git origin by copying this line. So our git remote origin has been added successfully, and now we are going to push it by running git push origin master. So git push origin master. And now it's going to ask me to log into the GitHub. So let me log in. Here we go. The login has been succeeded. Let me close this tab. And now you're going to see that our code has been pushed to the GitHub. Let's go to our GitHub and refresh. There we go. Our code has been successfully pushed. So after each video, I'm gonna commit the code. So you can go on over here and check the code according to each commit. So I would suggest you to push your code to the GitHub so you can have full track of your application. And let's say if you want any help, then you can send me your code and I can see your code, and then I can help you out with your doubts or your errors. So that's pretty much it for this video. And in our next video, we are going to create a few of the React components such as header and footer, and install our UI library called React Bootstrap. So stay tuned for our next video, and I hope you have the access to our MERN Stack playlist. If not, you can go to your browser, type youtube.com/roadsidecoder. Go to the playlist section and just click on this playlist, and you can see the whole playlist is over here. So you can click over here and save this playlist for future references. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's as easy as clicking on this red button and ringing this bell to all notifications. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.